And I obviously got rid of the waiting room so people can just come in and I don't have to remember and look at the doorbell. Okay, I'm going to mute everybody so we can do our uh, pledges. And I'm sorry if I speak too long, too fast. I'll try to slow down. Okay. And there's Terry Ann. Okay. Welcome to the very first Wednesday Zoom of 2021. And I am fingers crossed it will be much better than last year. We're going to start with the TOPS pledge. I am an intelligent person. I will control my emotions and not let my emotions control me. Every time I am tempted to use food to satisfy my frustrated desires, build up my injured ego, or dull my senses, I will remember I will take off pounds sensibly. COPS pledge. I am an intelligent person. I will control my emotions and not let my emotions control me. Every time I am tempted to use food to satisfy my frustrated desires, build up my injured ego, or dull my senses, I will remember I am to be an example as I take off pounds sensibly. You can unmute yourselves if you would like. There's one thing that I like to remember is mindfulness. What do you guys consider mindfulness? I know we have mindful eating and but we hear mindfulness a lot these days. What do you guys consider what mindfulness is? Anybody?
I think it's just slowing down and thinking about the results of what you're going to do, what you're going to say, how you're going to treat someone.
Yeah. And being in the
Just being
present.
mindful.
And being in the present, not being so much worried about the future and the past. Be a listener. Um, being present, whether it's in your mind or in. We can't always control what our mind does, but we in our attitude be in the present. But I have a book and I gotta figure out where the heck I put it. Is it on my on the floor? There's this one now that I have. This is backwards. Yeah, I gotta get rid of the mirror. Get rid of the mirror so everything isn't backwards. There we go. I even found a book that says how to be mindful. Like, okay. It also helped. There's this one thing it says. Where is it? Mindfulness is about focusing on the magic of the present moment rather than fretting about the past or worrying about the future. It's like be present. What I'm looking at is, do you guys all have the blue book, the real life, or you can? So this one it's about the mindful eating chapter, and it's just Tammy got on. Hey, Tammy. Hey. There you go. I'm on page 144. I've done the mindful eating chapter a little bit, but there's one part that I like to read is, where do I invest my energy? Where you invest your energy is more important than just about how many calories you burn. Remember, the true purpose of eating is to fuel your life. Food provides you with the energy to do what you need and want to do to be a healthy person. In other words, if once I started hiking, I had to be more conscious of what I ate to give me the fuel to go on the trail. But when I wasn't doing that, I could eat different. By health, we are referring to health of your body, mind, heart, and spirit. This does not mean perfect health, but optimal health. The best health you can given your individual situations. Make a conscious personal choice of how you will deal with the multitude of responsibilities, stressors, and opportunities you face. So, what do you want to do? Where do you want to invest your energy? Body. When most people think of health, they think of physical health first. Before anything else, your primary needs of shelter, safety, and security must be met. Beyond other basic like water and enough food for survival, optimal health, physical health includes nutritious food, an active lifestyle, sufficient rest, which how many here get sufficient rest? Anybody? Now,
Try.
I tried last week. I was existing on 3 hours of sleep. This week,
Oh,
I
no.
seem to be getting like 5 or 6. It's like, I'm not tired when I wake up. It's like, wow, this is different.
Mhm.
Adequate health care and perhaps physical touch and sex. Yeah, that's gone. You may also broaden your perspective to include your physical surroundings and the material things in your life. To me, cluttered house, cluttered mind. So I have a cluttered mind.
Oh,
Big time. I have a cluttered mind.
oh.
A healthy body and a comfortable physical environment are important because they give you the security and vitality to do what you need and want to do. Um, yeah, like I said, cluttered mind, cluttered house, cluttered mind. If your surroundings give you stress, you're going to be stressed. So I mean, I know Rick has shown pictures of hers. They're like relaxing room. He said it once. It's what I don't. I think her name is Anne. That's she went to relax. Or anybody have rooms in their house or apartment that they just it's where they relax and basically chill.
My second living room.
Mm,
It's my living room. It's got my desk in it, and
yeah,
it's my spot.
yeah, because your surroundings make a big difference. If you're like I said, if you're stressed, um, that's not good for your mind. Mind. Challenge, growth, creativity, stimulation, and a sense of accomplishment are all important for optimal intellectual health. From a practical standpoint, your thoughts have a powerful impact on your feelings and the actions, and therefore your overall health. Um, how many remember that in all this top stuff, most of your journey is in your mind?
Yes.
Yes,
Is it?
absolutely. If
Yeah.
your mind's not convinced you can do this, you won't do it. So mind is a very important part of it. Heart. The idea of emotional health includes your ability to accurately identify your feelings because they give you important information about whether what is happening is in alignment with what you really want. Really want. Okay, optimal emotional health does not mean being perfectly happy. Rather, it means embracing the full spectrum of emotions for the depth and richness they bring to your life. Other important aspects of emotional wellness include your ability to cope with your emotions, satisfying relationships with others, effective communication, healthy personal boundaries, and well developed self nurturing skills. That's that self care in there that we're always preaching about.
Yeah.
Don't mean to say preaching, but yeah, I harp on self care. Self care. If you don't take care of yourself, you know, it's going to be hard. Um, okay. Spirit. Spirituality is your sense of connection and purpose. For some, this may include religion, but it's really about much more than that. It is knowing that who you are is not defined by your possessions. So no keeping up with the Smiths. You're not defined by your possessions, appearance, your accomplishments, or even your contributions. You are worthy of love just as you are. It is the awareness that there is something greater than yourself, and there's a purpose to your life. So, on 155, they sum it all up. 145, sorry. Body, focus on improving your health rather than on losing weight. That's what I had to do. If I was only concentrating on losing weight, I wasn't worried about how safely I was losing it. Eat fresh, healthful, and interesting foods. Engage in regular, enjoyable physical activity. So if you don't enjoy hiking, don't hike. If you don't enjoy riding a bike, don't ride your bike. If you enjoy walking, walk. I found out my grandson does not like hiking, but he likes climbing on boulders. So we go bouldering.
That works.
It works. I mean, I try not to hurt myself climbing on those boulders, but we boulder. Okay, get plenty of rest and adequate sleep so you'll feel clear and refreshed. Maybe a third of the week I get adequate rest. Anybody else?
But why? Why are you too busy?
My brain won't shut off.
That's right.
I have insomnia. My daughter's the same way. It's hard for us to get restful sleep because our brains won't shut off.
Yeah.
Too much stuff in there. It's cluttered. Just like my living room that I'm looking at. Limit your screen time. That's my white noise in the background. Instead of spending passive hours in front of the television or computer, do something active that restores your energy. I've always told my kids, you can't get energy unless you use energy. So if you're just sitting, like some days I'm tired and I won't get off the couch, but I never get any energy because I'm not moving. I'm just on the couch. Have regular medical checkups, and these days they're virtual in a lot of places. Wear clothes that are comfortable and fit your current size and shape. So don't keep your big clothes. Wear your clothes, go shop, treat yourself to go shopping and get clothes that fit. Or like my daughter did, she went into my closet and wore my clothes now. Now she's smaller than me, so it's like, okay, now I need to get into her clothes.
So I wear my daughter's clothes now.
Nice. Nice. Well, it was bad when my daughter first had her son. She wore my clothes because she got so big. And then she finally, about a year later, started getting back into her clothes again.
It's a good feeling.
It is. It is. Create a pleasant personal space for yourself, including comfortable pillows, photographs, candles, music, or whatever makes you happy and calm. For your heart, love yourself as you are right now, not the way you want to be, the way you are right now. Spend quality time with your family and friends, safe time with family and friends. I know somebody who texted me. Ruth, did you text? You were the one that's saying you had to get tested?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has to go virtual now. Are they sure she got it at the grocery store?
I
Pretty sure.
I don't know.
It's terrible. Heart. Identifying your emotions through writing in a journal or talking with a trusted friend or counselor. How many of you journal besides a food journal? Or what we would call growing up, how many keep a diary?
I used to do that, but I haven't for a long time.
Yeah. I have a hiking journal and I do a hiking journal, and part of it is basically notes and like how you're feeling on it, or just if you need to like vent or whatever, and they've got a whole this side of the page is for statistics and the other is, what would you do different next time, stuff like that. It's like, so I keep a hiking diary. Manage stress effectively. It's not possible to eliminate stress, but you can learn to release and cope with it. Coping with stress it's something you got to learn. Okay, the mind. Set inspiring short and long-term goals. Visualize yourself reaching your goals daily. Challenge yourself to think positively. And these days, the positiveness, you got to make a conscious effort to think positive because there's just so much negative going on. I mean, there was so much. I thought there was an accident going down to my appointment, and it was traffic from the protesters. It's like, just deal with it, And it wasn't, yeah, I don't agree with protests. I mean, we're allowed to have it, but don't be don't be violent about it. Challenge yourself to think positive. Learn something new, a skill, trade, hobby, language, or anything else you find interesting. Take classes online. I'll just stop there. Online. It said go to the local community college. I don't think they're open these days. Yeah, everything online. Read or participate in stimulating discussion groups. Here we are. Travel or explore areas close to home, like museums. There's my grandson had a field trip to Costa Rica today on Zoom, and it was awesome. They were basically they were talking to a lady at I think a zoo or wildlife something in Costa Rica, and monkeys, porcupines. It was awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah, you can go on a field trip on Zoom. So it was really, really nice. Do brain teasers and play challenging games alone or with others. And I'm sure everybody has a stockpile of board games in their house. Or I think I have like 7 or 8 packs of cards, lots of solitaire going on. Or even computer to solitaire, and I can never beat the computer. Be creative, experiment with arts, crafts, and hobbies. And Tammy, you've done that. And I love my pictures sitting right there.
Oh, cool.
Listen to music, sing, or play an instrument. My grandson and I do 30-minute dance offs. We put some music on and I think my husband's like, did you just go to a yard sale and get some oldies? I was like, no, it's the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 music. It's like, it's stuff that we grew up with. Spirit, practice mindfulness. That is what we're talking about. Be present, fully present in whatever you're doing. Eating, talking, working, playing. In other words, don't sit on your computer and eat to the side. Pay attention to what you're doing right now. I notice if my grandson keeps like YouTube or Netflix or watching anything electronics while he's eating, it takes him an hour to eat. He's not paying attention. So pay attention. You need to be fully present to experience the full pleasure in meeting. In other words, you're not going to get satisfied with what you're eating if you're not paying attention. If you could basically absent-minded eating and you don't even remember what you ate, so you're not going to get satisfied and you're going to want more food. Renew and restore yourself through prayer and meditation. Schedule time for your inner work. Know yourself, your values, your dreams, and your purpose. See your problems as opportunities for learning and growth. Volunteer and give back to your community by helping others. Practice kindness without expecting anything in return. Having an attitude of gratitude. Be thankful for even the smallest thing will remind you of all you have. So gratitude, mindfulness. Mindfulness is really, really important, especially when regarding your food. If you don't pay attention to what you're eating while you're eating it, how do you know when you're satisfied? You know, it's like absent-minded. I mean, sometimes I eat not because I'm hungry, but because the clock tells me to.
Mm.
You know, and then I don't know when to stop because it's like just like absent-minded. I'm eating it because it's time to eat.
Mm-hmm.
But does anybody have any comments about all this?
In my chapter, I know that I've talked about keeping, you were talking about journaling.
Right.
And keeping a gratitude journal. And research has shown that if you write down 3 different things you're grateful for before you lay down and go to sleep at night, that over time, that helps you wake up in a better mood, ready to go, happier.
Yeah. Because
Just
you're going to
3
bed.
things that you're grateful about.
Yeah, because you're going to bed with positive thoughts in your brain, not morose, negative Nelly
There
stuff.
you go.
If you,
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You go to bed with a positive mind, you wake up with a positive mind. And hopefully don't have the nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was told that if you're having trouble sleeping, instead of laying in bed getting frustrated, to get up and do something you enjoy, and then when you're tired, go back and you'll get a good night's sleep.
That's the problem. When I can't sleep, I'll read, and then I don't want to put the book down because it's so good, and I'm ended up, okay, it's 5:00 in the morning, I haven't gone to sleep yet. My alarm went off an hour ago. That's my biggest problem.
I used to read, and like you said, you want to read the next chapter, but now I limit myself. I said, no, I'm just doing the one chapter, and then I'm turning it off. Otherwise, I'd be up all night too reading. It was crazy.
I've gone a whole night just reading and say, ugh.
So I'll go down and watch a movie, and the movie puts me to sleep. So I'm like, well, I'm like falling asleep in the chair. I'm like, so I'll go back to bed, and it works for me.
Yeah. Sometimes my mind, I mean, I can have a cup of coffee, go right to sleep, but if I have a cup of soda before bed, I'm wired. I don't know why, but coffee will put me to sleep. But any other thoughts?
The warm drink that you're drinking. It's not the fact that it's coffee, but it's warm.
Yeah, because that warmth will be, it's so sleepy. Any other thoughts?
I wanted to share with you, my niece, the end of the year, she had this thing posted on Facebook. Her and her 2 boys and her family have a memory jar. And they put in there and I'm going to do this with my grandkids, all the little things they did. Like today, my grandson and I attempted to build a Lego something or another. That was stressful for me. It's like, oh my gosh. But anyway, at the end of the year, then they open, and it's just a glass jar. They open up the memory jar and they have all these little notes of all the things, the memories they made this year, field trips they went on, or just things they did. And I thought, oh, that is so neat.
Yeah.
That's a different way of journaling.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I think there's something like that on one of the activities on tops.org is about that. They put the stuff they're grateful for in the jar, and at the end of the year, they take them all out and read them.
I think especially last year, reminds you, we really did do some nice things.
Yes, we didn't just Zoom call people. Yeah, it's like, wow. But so how did everybody do? I saw the pictures of your first meeting for the new year.
Yep.
They had the
Yep.
party hats on and everything.
We do
nice.
that our first meeting in January. We do that. I've done it since I was leader. We had even little champagne glasses,
Oh,
and
that's fun.
we had flavored water.
Mm-hmm.
And we toasted the new year to us.
Nice.
Hmm.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So, Lucy, are you back into meetings yet?
My chapter's back, yes.
Awesome.
I've had some issues with my husband, so I haven't been able to go back this year yet.
Well, at least the opportunity is there when you can, when you
And
safely can.
I go to Zumba in the evening, so I'm with my chapter members. So
Good.
So I mean, I keep in contact with them, and because since I'm the leader of the chapter, I keep
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah, you have to.
Are you sure you don't want somebody else? No, Lucy, we need you.
But yeah, hey, Zumba, I'm not coordinated with that. I've tried that. Yeah, no, not coordinated enough for that one.
Oh, it relaxes me. That's what my relaxation is.
Yeah, that's why I go on the trail.
You get on the trail, I'll get on the floor, and Molly will get on the ball, and I don't want anybody else.
I've tried yoga, and I'm like, my body doesn't bend this way anymore.
Love yoga.
No.
So relaxing, and it stretches you out.
If you've done it before, but when you're first starting out, it's like, ouch. Can't quite stretch. Can't quite stretch.
Start simple and small, and that's
yeah. My grandson's live Zoom physical education thing. They've done yoga. It's like, okay, I don't bend that way.
It's not supposed to hurt. It's supposed to just be a release, and it's supposed to stretch you out and relax you.
Yeah, eventually my body will loosen up. But and this says it, the bottom line is you're in charge. Strive for balance, variety, and moderation, not in just the way you eat, but in the way you live your life. I could have avoided burnout if I had paid attention to that. Decide where you want to invest your energy, body, mind, heart, and spirit to create a truly healthful lifestyle. You'll finally break free of the eat, repent, repeat cycle. In other words, I regret eating that, but I'm going to eat it anyway. And food serves its true purpose, fueling your full and satisfying life. Yeah, the eat, repent, repeat cycle. I've done that merry-go-round. Anybody else?
Oh, years.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, my stress eating. Yeah, last week was stress eating with the test going on, but
instead of buying a big bag, I was in the store today, and I bought a small bag, and
chips.
I'm glad popcorn, and I'm glad I did, because I once I start, I can't stop. So it's like I did the right thing. I bought the small bag.
Yeah, I mean, I was tempted. There's this one brand of potato chips I like. They're old fashioned ones, and normally they have the single serving size. Well, it's like 2 servings in a little tiny bag, but they only had these huge bags. Like, not gonna do it, because I can eat that whole bag. It's not hard. It's so easy, because they cook it in lard, the good stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
And the
yummy.
manufacturers know that you can't stop.
I know. So I don't eat that big bag. I left that in the store. I was good.
You know what kills me is, like, my downfall was sweets. And when I gave up my French horns, Hostess came out with these petit fours. They look amazing. They're creamy and sweet, and they've got an inner center. I've not had one, and I won't do it.
Good. It's the McDonald's
So,
pies. Nobody can buy them.
But that's what.
I'll eat them. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard.
I don't know if it was one of the top sites or another group I belong to, but someone posted the other day when they're feeling really stressed, they get those Pepperidge Farm white cakes with the coconut frosting. And that is something that I used to turn to. It was small.
Yep.
And, you know, I could cut it up with my husband, I could share it, but it was like, it has to be gone. So I'd eat all of it in one night, get rid of it. It was like, now that disgusts me. I can't do that.
That's good. Yeah, I mean,
to myself.
They'll be, I won't buy the chips, but my husband will buy the chips. I won't eat them. I just, because I know if I eat just one, I can't eat just one. So it's like, I got to the point where I don't eat breakfast cereal because that's just sugar. It just doesn't appeal to, finally, it doesn't appeal to me anymore.
So I used to bake, to bake all the time. Cakes. I used to have a cake in the house. One would I'd bake a cake for my husband. Well, I had all these carrots, and I used to bake this enormous bundt cake to make a carrot cake. And I said to myself, you know what? I've got a small pan. I can cut this recipe into a quarter, and that's what I did. I cut it into a quarter, and I just made this little tiny carrot cake, and it was, you know, it's all about portion control, and it's
yes, it is.
I still have my cake, but there was not an enormous cake left behind.
My carrot cake recipe just might be just like yours because it makes like 7 loaves. Because I don't like. It's like just no, I don't cook it anymore. The recipes, you know, the recipes in the file, it has not been taken out in 7 years because like I would eat the whole thing. I mean, so
I'm gonna tell you a funny thing about me in the bundt cake. I recently had to throw it away because I'm doing the crafts, and I spray the crafts with a sealant so that they're waterproof. Well, I left the sealant in the kitchen right near the stove, and I thought to myself one day, I said, you know, I should move that because I'm gonna mistake it for Pam. And
I can see where that's going.
I did. I made a birthday cake for my daughter, and I sprayed it, and it's like, there's no flour on it. So I sprayed it again. And then I was overwhelmed by the fumes. I was like, oh no, I did it. So I'm
would be me.
I'm so glad I picked up like it didn't make sense that when I sprayed it, it was a spray that had flour in it too, so you would see the white. There was no white. I was like, and it smelled. Oh no.
Yeah, I would have done that. Yeah, I definitely would have done that because I'm assuming it's what it's supposed to be in that spot.
Yeah. I just grabbed it and sprayed it. I was like,
wow.
You gotta be kidding me.
Ouch. So no more bundt pan, huh?
No, I threw it away.
Obviously. Yeah. So
stoneware, I threw it away.
Oh yeah, because that would have soaked it in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Had it for years. But
anybody have any non-scale victories or struggles or something they want to discuss? Anybody? So how did everybody do over the new year?
Good.
Does it matter when our first year's weigh-in is? It doesn't. Okay. Because we were supposed to have a meeting, you know, the plan back in whatever August was going to be a weigh-in the first Wednesday of every month. Our normal meeting is on Thursday, but we were going to do a weigh-ins on Wednesdays like, the first of every month, and then Zooms on the Thursdays.
Right.
And when I texted my leader, she's like, "Oh no, we're not doing a Zoom this week." I said, "Well, why?" And she's like, "Oh, because we want to have that 2 week of a break in case anyone went away for Christmas." So she's like, "Well, so we'll do Zoom this week. Probably next week. We don't know when when we're going to get a weigh-in. It may be next week. It may be the following week. Is that going to matter the week of it?"
No.
Okay.
Because a lot of chapters, I know one chapter probably won't be allowed back into church until March. And they're large chapters, so they can't meet in with the current restrictions. So if they can't meet,
we
can't meet.
We weren't allowed to meet because we made it a church as well. They told us we couldn't meet there, but they did give us our scale.
Good.
So we've been at least been able to weigh at the person's house who's offered up her location for meetings.
That's good. But yeah, it does not matter which week.
Okay.
Especially the current circumstances that things are shut down, or at least in some states and countries are shut down. So we're making allowances.
Okay.
But I mean, if there's no, you just have to write put the dates and the new weight charts and make sure you put no meeting, the NM, and no meeting, so that they know this is why you couldn't meet in January, or that specific week in January. So all the months are filled in. That's it. Anything? Anybody else? No? You guys?
How you doing, Molly?
Hey?
How you doing, Molly?
I'm doing great, actually.
Because you have a big New Year's resolution.
I do have a big goal this year.
What is it? I didn't hear that.
I know I can do it because I'm 100 pounds for the year.
Well, you divide that. That's as long as you can do it safely.
Oh, I can. I started over 300 pounds. Now I'm under the 300. So
that's good.
Yay.
I know I'll lose more. I'll probably lose more at the start, and then so that's it's an action of 2 a week, really.
Right. Yeah, I remember when I first started, the first 6 months I lost it quickly, and then my body started plateauing.
And thank you, Molly, for your videos. You're so uplifting and positive. I really appreciate seeing you.
I just need to remember to get back on Facebook. I haven't been on lately.
I was sitting in my car waiting to go into the doctor's office, and Molly popped up, and I thought, well, I'm getting out of this car. I got 15 minutes before they're going to let me in.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I had to do. I was actually an hour early for my appointment. I wrote down 1:45. My appointment wasn't until 2:35. So I went to the grocery store and walked every single aisle. Only spent $16, which is awesome, especially in the grocery store. So I was like, yes. But I got some steps in. Not as much as I wanted because, yeah, not even 7,000. I'm very behind today. But life interferes this will be the first time in almost 10 days that I haven't gotten my goal. But I'm ahead, so I'm still on track for doing my miles. But anybody else? Stella, how have you been doing?
Oh, about the same. Kind of low.
But anybody else? No. Everybody, who here is an officer in their chapter?
Hey.
Cool. You got your resumes done. Mine mailed yesterday. Yeah. But and I'm going to help 2 chapters with their resumes in the morning. But otherwise, if there's nothing else, where do I have who? Kathy, did you want to do your closing?
Oh, I don't have it.
I don't either. Okay.
And I don't have it memorized. So.
Well.
Woo.
Okay. Well, then I will do the helping hand, or you take my hand. Okay.
Yeah.
You take my hand and I'll take yours, and we'll start out today. For a helping hand is what we need to guide us along the way. The way to go is a lonely road. We need someone to care. Reach out, my friend, and take my hand, and then we're almost there. So virtually we're all taking hands. Everybody hugs. And hopefully I will see some of you on Monday, and have a great weekend.
You too.
You too.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.